Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm so excited to try out this beautiful $1 eyeshadow palette. This is from the brand AOA Studio and it's the Fairy Garden Eyeshadow Quad. This has such great reviews on the ShopMissA website, which is very promising. I usually completely agree with the ratings on the ShopMissA website. And I have this here in the shade Peony, but it does come in some other really pretty color combinations. Pretty much all of the color combinations I want. And for $1, you can get all 4 of them. Then you'd have a 16 pan eyeshadow palette basically for $4. That sounds really amazing to me. I think I might have forgotten to mention that this is from ShopMissA. That is the website, the store that AOA Studio, this brand, is exclusive to. It's their private label brand pretty much. And I love this brand. This is cruelty-free and vegan. And first things first, we're gonna swatch these shades. So there's 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. Oh, a very beautiful texture. Ooh. And this is a very summery color scheme here and goes really perfectly with this sweater that I'm wearing. But I love a neutral matte shade. I feel like that's so key for every eyeshadow look pretty much. And then that really pretty shimmer. I do think these are a little lighter than I was expecting based off of how they look in the pan. These definitely look much more muted in the swatches. See, like you can barely actually see them. But hopefully it'll come together nicely on the eye, but probably more of a toned down, more neutral, casual type look is kind of what I'm getting from these barely there swatches. But so just like I do with all eyeshadow palettes, I am going to test this out with and without my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. And maybe this will help the eyeshadows show up more vibrant because I would like to see more vibrant of a color for all of these than how they actually swatched on my hand there. So just painting this on and blending it all over my lid. So I feel like in the palette, this one looks too dark to be a highlight, but based off of how it's swatched, it might work. So I'm gonna start there, just pick some up with my finger and try it as a brow highlight. Ooh, it does have a really pretty like sparkle to it. It's a little peach, but it's light enough and kind of sheer enough to be a highlight. It actually looks really pretty there. I'm also going to go ahead and try it on the inner corner. Let's see if it is bright enough to highlight here. It might be slightly too peach, a little too dark for an inner corner highlight. It's not really giving as much brightness as I like to get there. But in a pinch, it works because the sparkle of it is more of a silver light sparkle. So when the light hits it, it kind of looks bright enough, but otherwise it does look a little bit more shadowed and peach. But I'm fine with that on the brow bone for the brow highlight. That's pretty. Definitely a sparkly type of highlight, which I like for the eyes, but it's more sparkle than metallic, I would say. And then either of these matte shades would be great for the crease transition area. But I think I'll start off with the lighter of the matte shades, picking it up on a crease brush here. Wow, barely any kickback at all. I'm like, am I even picking anything up? And I'm just gonna go ahead and start blending this in the crease, brow bone area, and it is barely showing up. It actually kind of has yellow to it, or at least that's how it's coming across on my eye. I picked up more and it is buildable, But if I wanted to use this color on the eyelid, it would not do anything. And in the crease transition area, it kind of is enough pigment to transition into more on the lid, but I'm not a big fan of this shade. Going onto the eye without the primer now. Right away, it's not looking like much. Luckily it is buildable and it is pretty easy to blend, but it's so not pigmented that it's actually a little hard to tell. And I just don't love this yellowy orange tone. Just not the type of shade that I think I'd really get much use out of. Maybe today, since I am wearing orange, which I rarely ever wear, I would maybe be able to get away with this more orange toned look, but not my favorite. Next, I guess I'm going to pick up the other matte shade, the darker one, and try and deepen up the crease here. It is looking a little darker. It's making me think of like pumpkin. That's how this eyeshadow look is turning into. Oh, I really don't love orange eyeshadow looks, and I feel like so many warm tone neutral palettes end up looking so orange on me and just so pumpkin. I mean, this shade, it's buildable, it's working. I can get past the fact that I don't love the color and say that this is a decent eyeshadow. It's not as pigmented as it looks in the palette here, but for the crease, it works to deepen this up, create a little bit more dimension, and it's buildable. I'm gonna also just take this into that outer corner a little bit too, really trying to build it up, but based off of the reviews, I was really expecting better and more. I mean, keeping in mind this is only $1 for all 4 colors, that's pretty amazing. But I feel like I'm kind of comparing this to all eyeshadows right now, and it's not my favorite formula, but it's usable, it's not terrible, and for $1 you can achieve the look. But I think I just am not loving this look. I've already used 3 out of the 4 shades. What's left is this gold yellowy glitter, and I guess I'm going for it. I'm gonna pick it up on my finger and apply it to the lid. I'm kind of surprised with myself for choosing this color story out of all of the other ones on the website, because I know that I'm not really drawn to orange, and this is just overall an orange palette. The formula here is not bad. I am continuing to reach back into the palette, pick up more and more on my finger, but overall I'm able to achieve a pretty opaque color here. But like, these formulas are better than some more expensive palettes that I've tried out, but they're not the easiest to work with. You do have to spend the time going back in, building it up. But for $1, I think the finished look overall is going to be worth it with what you can achieve. It's just not very flattering of a look for me, but it is like pretty sun type of look we've got going on here. Pretty bright. And a nice way that I can tell that this is a decent formula is this is the eye with the primer, this is the eye without the primer, and overall you really can't notice a difference. Slightly less vibrant on the eye without the primer, but pretty decent formulas. Overall, I wouldn't say this is a product that you need, that it's an amazing dollar store makeup find, but if you are looking for something with these colors or just to play around with these colors, this would be a good palette for that. If you have tried this out or any of the other colors of this AOA Studio Fairy Garden, I keep forgetting the name because it doesn't actually say it anywhere on the product here, but it's the, yes, Fairy Garden Eyeshadow Quad. Let me know your thoughts and experience with these in the comments down below. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.